So we've just wrapped up, and this was the wrapping session of an entire week of a lot of deliberations in terms of the areas where SADC countries need to concentrate on in order to industrialize, but of course also take advantage of the African continental free trade area. And what we have agreed as member states, but also partners that are working in the region, is to ensure that we are pushing a lot more in terms of whether it's agro-processing, economic diversification and so on, because these are the areas that we see that's where we're going to have a lot of impact, both on poverty and inequality reduction, but also making sure that the economies in the sub-region are resilient. As you know, and I did say this in the opening session, that the SADC region unfortunately is very unequal, but also is heavily dependent on commodities, which makes a lot of the economies not as resilient. I think what came out a lot of investments in infrastructure that will enable a lot of the agro-processing or agro-industrialization to take place. So investments in energy, for example, and transport and other kinds of infrastructure, supportive infrastructure that will help in that sense. We also had a lot of discussions around how can we support SMMEs, and listening to the SMMEs themselves was actually very good and revealing, because they're coming from a point where they're coming from a lot of practical experience in terms of the challenges that they encounter, and in that way point the direction for governments, but also partners like ourselves, to where we should concentrate our efforts in that sense.